Hi, hello students. Now we will have online session on the topic public finance. First of all, we will see the meaning of public finance. Public finance means the financial transactions of the government. The word public, it refers to the various public authorities like central government, state government, and local self governments. The word finance, it refers to the monetary transactions of the government, like the government collects revenue, makes public expenditure. Whenever the expenditure is more than revenue, government may have to resort to public debt. Thus, public finance refers to the various methods of raising revenue and expenditure. We will see the different definitions of public finance. Finlay Shiras. According to Finlay Shiras, public finance is the study of principles underlying the spending and raising funds by public authorities. According to Dalton, public finance is concerned with the income and expenditure of public authorities and with the adjustment of one to the another. According to Professor R.A. Musgrave, the allocative, redistributive, and stabilizing function of the state and therefore of the public finance. And according to Professor J.K. Mehta, he defines public finance constitutes the study of monetary and credit resources of the state. According to Taylor, public finance is the fiscal science. Its policies are fiscal policies and its problems are fiscal problems. C.F. Bastable, in his book Public Finance, states that public finance deals with the income and expenditure of the public authorities of the state and their mutual relations, also with the financial administration and control. When you look all these definitions, we can come to the conclusion that public finance is the study of the how much government raises its revenue and how it spends that revenue. The concept of public finance, it is broadly classified or divided into five parts. First one is public revenue. It studies the various methods of raising public revenue through taxes and non-tax resources and the various principles of taxation and other aspects. Secondly, public expenditure. It studies the classification of public expenditure, various heads of public expenditure, and various expenditure policies of the government. Third one is public debt. It studies the various sources of public debt, various methods of raising public debt, as well as management of public debt. And the fourth component of public finance is financial administration. Financial administration studies the organizing and dispersing of the finances of the state through public budget. And the last one is economic stabilization and growth. It studies the use of income and expenditure policies of the government to achieve full employment, optimum use of resources, and so on. Now we will see what are the differences between public and private finance. Public finance, as I have already explained, it refers to the financial transactions of the public authorities like central government, state government, and various other local self-governments. The private finance refers to the financial transactions of individual. There are certain similarities between public finance and private finance. First one is objectives. Both public finance and private finance, they have same objective, that is satisfaction of wants. Individuals also tries to maximize satisfaction, and governments, they wants to maximize the economic welfare. Maximization satisfaction. Both try their level best to get the maximum satisfaction. Third one is borrowings. Both individuals as well as the government, both borrow whenever the income falls short to meet the current expenditure. Fourth one is adjustment of income and expenditure. Individuals as well as public authorities, they make some adjustment with regard to the income and expenditure. And the fifth one is rationality. Government maximize social benefits and individuals wants to maximize the individual benefits, private benefits. What are the various differences between public finance and private finance? First one is adjustment of income and expenditure. Government first determines the volume of expenditure, then it will raise the income accordingly by imposing various taxes or raising revenue from non-tax resources. But individuals are not like that. Individuals first consider his income and then adjust his expenditure to the income. Secondly, compulsory character. There are certain compulsory functions to be done by the government. State cannot avoid or postpone certain expenditure. For example, defense expenditure, which is compulsory. Maintaining law and order, that is also compulsory. But individuals can postpone or avoid various type of expenditures. Next one is principle of equimarginal utility. An individual distribute his expenditure on various commodities and services in such a way that the marginal utility of the whole expenditure is maximum. Similarly, government also spends on various projects by applying the principle of equimarginal utility. Nature of budget. An individual spends less than the income. That is, he prefers always surplus budget. He wants to save. But the government spend more than its revenue, which resorts to deficit budget. Fifth one is nature of resources. The source of income of an individual is very much limited, whereas government can raise resources from various sources like internal borrowings or external borrowings. Sixth one is motive of expenditure. The primary motive of private individual is making profit. That is profit motive. On the contrary, the government expenditure is guided by the motive of service. Almost all the government expenditure or government projects are guided by the principle of public welfare. That is service motive. Next one, seventh one is time consideration. Investment of private individuals are not are short-term return oriented. Investment of private individuals are short-term return oriented. Time consideration. Investment of private individuals are short-term return oriented, where they expect returns which are very quickly and immediately. Investment in public undertakings are of long-term considerations. Eighth one is elasticity of finance. Public finance is more elastic than private finance. An individual cannot make drastic changes in his income, but it is not so with the public finance. The government can make adjustment or changes in its income by imposing more taxes. Coercive method, that is forceful method. Government can use coercive, forceful methods to raise its revenue. For example, it can impose more taxes, while private individuals cannot use force to get their income. 10th, publicity and audit, transparency. Individuals need not disclose their income. They maintain perfect secrecy. They don't want to disclose their income. But the government gives greatest publicity through its budgets and it is very transparent. So in this session we have discussed the meaning of public finance, definitions of public finance and various components of public finance, and we have also discussed the differences and similarities between the public finance and private finance. In the next session, we will discuss the principle of maximum social advantage. Thank you.